crafty friends, this is Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. So every Friday I come on and I do a not too shabby day, unless the Friday happens to be the 1st or the 10th, or we're doing a release on Friday. But on my own, I do a series that's called Not Too Shabby Day. So I have been kind of overwhelmed with all of the products that I have from Not Too Shabby. That's not a bad thing. I absolutely love my Not Too Shabby products. But I decided to make this spinner wheel to choose the products that I'm going to be working with every week. And once I spin, I will remove it, so then next time we'll get something fresh. So this is for Friday, April 25th, and I'm going to spin and decide exactly what we're going to have for me to work with that day. So hope you enjoy this. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this, and let's spin. I also customized it, as you can see, with the colors of Not Too Shabby, and I even customized some sounds and stuff. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, we're gonna spin. And we had no sound, so I don't know why. So I'm going to close out this video and check it out, and if it works, it works. If not, I'll have to make it again. Hello, my crafty friends. This is Teresa from Fresh and Renewed with Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. It is Not Too Shabby Day. And I want to tell you a couple things about Not Too Shabby Day that I haven't shared before. Jamie and I had a long talk about my Not Too Shabby Day series the other day, and I have a plethora of Not Too Shabby products. I'm sure, I have worked with Jamie since January of 2021. We put out our first kit either in January of 2021 or in February. But, it's been quite a long time. So, as you would say in the crafting world, 4 years hasn't been that long, but in accumulating products, it has been quite a while. So, my goal is not to show you brand new products, and not to show you kind of exclusive Not Too Shabby products, although I will always use at least something that's a Not Too Shabby product, because I definitely want to push her products. But what my goal is to introduce you, if you are brand new to me or brand new to, you just happen along this card making video and you're just getting into card making, is to introduce you to Not Too Shabby. She has wonderful customer service, absolutely beautiful products, if I do say so myself. And so that is my goal. So I may do a video for Not Too Shabby. I haven't today, but I may do a video for Not Too Shabby Day that none of it is in stock. But my goal is for you to be aware of Not Too Shabby. As always, any products that are available are linked in the description box down below. And so without rambling any further, let me get into what I wanted to make my card for. You saw in the first clip the spinner wheel that I did, and that's how I'm going to choose my Not Too Shabby products from now on. Well, you saw that it shows cherries. Well, I looked and looked and looked high and low for my paper pad that had cherries on it. And I'll put a picture of that paper pad right over here and you can see it. And that's the paper pad I was going to use. It is in stock. And I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened to it. I just couldn't find it. Maybe I smashed it and don't remember that I smashed it. I don't know. So in looking what else I could use, because I did want to use this time, I did want to use a paper pad that was in stock. So I thought, okay, I pulled out my fruit drawer. If you don't know it, I have a dream box and I have 12 by 12 drawers in front of me. Some of them have themes, and I pulled out my fruit drawer and I had these Lawn Fawn products that I have purchased a very, very long time ago and never used. And so I did a search of these 3 products. I did use these 2. I did a search of these 3 products, and this one is in stock at the Not Too Shabby Shop. So I came up with this idea. There was also some strawberry paper in that drawer, and I thought, oh, okay, I could use this paper and use strawberries. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't remember exactly where I was. I got a phone call, and whenever I get a phone call, it shuts my camera off because I film with my phone. So anyhow, I was saying, I think, that when I pulled out my fruit drawer, I had some strawberry paper in there. And so I looked that up, and that paper wasn't available. And there were no strawberry papers available in stock except for this one. And this one was just released last month. So I went ahead and used this one. And I didn't get to use this one a whole lot last month. In fact, I don't think I used it at all because I don't know. I just didn't use it last month. So anyhow, that was a good thing. So I used the Yummy Strawberries paper. I used the Build-A-Drink Cocktail Add-On. And it's kind of a standalone die. You don't have to have the other die to use it. The only thing I used from the Build-A-Drink was the straw. So if you had something else that had a straw in it, you could do it, or you could do it without the straw. And then I used the Scripty Enjoy because that would happen to be in there. And so here is my card. I used this striped paper for my background, and I cut that with a stitched rectangle. And I'm sorry that I didn't do a process video. This one was pretty complicated. Well, it wasn't complicated. It was pretty time consuming. And then I cut not with the next stitched rectangle, but with the third one down. This is the MFT stitched rectangle stacks. I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but with the third largest in the set. Then I die cut my my drink. I die cut my the outer rim of the drink out of this blue paper from the strawberry paper. I cut the drink part out of white. I'll get to that in a second. And for my strawberries and my greenery, I cut them out of this piece of paper. I had a scrap of that piece of paper. Yes, I did use this paper pad because I had a scrap of that piece of paper. I did a journal entry. I will link that so you can watch that in the description box down below. And so that's what I cut my strawberries and my greenery out of. And then I, again, cut my straw out of this striped paper. I laid it so it was at an angle instead of, because if I had laid it straight, you would have only got either white or red, but I laid it at an angle. Then I cut out my Scripty Enjoy, and I did, as you can see, I did cut it out
once from the colored cardstock, and I cut it out 3 times from the white cardstock. I don't ever do that, but I was watching Call Me Crafty Owl today, and she did that, and it reminded me, gosh, I need to do that more often. So I cut that out of white cardstock 3 times so it could have some dimension. And then I just pulled out a sentiment set that I have. You know, I have a ton of sentiment sets. This is not a Not Too Shabby stamp set, but just from in my stash. So enjoy, have an awesome birthday, because I'm always needing birthday cards. And then I did not put any enamel dots on it. I think instead of enamel dots, what I'm going to do is put some shimmer on this. And for this, I ink blended it with Distress ink, which I don't normally do. Normally I do Distress Oxide, but I used Picked Raspberry, Kitsch Flamingo, and Spun Sugar. So it had kind of lots of dimension there. I didn't do anything on the inside. I totally forgot, but I do have some scraps, so I'll get something done on the inside. So there's my card for today. So all of the products that I can find will be linked in the description box down below. Most of them will, or this, at least the main products, the paper pad and the drink add-on will be at Not Too Shabby. And then I will link these from other sources, and I won't be able to find that stamp set because that company's out of business. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like my new way of choosing what I'm going to use for Not Too Shabby Day. Sorry I didn't have the cherry paper, and I need to quit shaking the camera. Sorry I didn't have the cherries to use, the cherry paper to use cherries today, but I made it work. Still a fruit. So I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.